Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard, and I want to talk to you today about something very interesting. It's called the placebo effect, or a spontaneous healing. Now, this effect, while doctors may poo-poo it, it's been shown in many studies to be 35 to 95% accurate. I don't understand why this hasn't been studied more. And what I want to do is take a look inside the placebo effect and see if we can understand what makes this thing work, because it's a very real and well understood phenomenon. Many years ago, I was teaching an Ayurvedic pulse reading course in Los Angeles, and it's a course where people learn how to take their pulse and help to diagnose themselves and take responsibility for their health in an Ayurvedic sense. And halfway through the course, one of the students got dizzy and he fainted and fell off his chair. We stopped the course and we got him well. And I said, "How are you doing?" He goes, "I've only fainted once before in my entire life, and that was in Mexico about 10 years ago. And ever since then, I've had a pain in my liver area and my mid-back area, and it's been with me all these years, and I've never been able to get rid of it. I've been to every single doctor. I've been to every single healer. I've come to this post-reading course to try to figure out if I can figure out what it is myself, and I just have never been able to touch it. But as I was taking my pulse, I started getting nauseous and clammy, like I felt many years ago when I fainted for the very first time and that pain come on. I had that same feeling, that same nausea, that same clamminess, and I blacked out just like I did in Mexico 10 years ago. And I said, "Well, do you think you can finish the course?" And he says, "Yeah, I really want to." So we got the group back together and finished the course. And afterwards, I come up to him and I said, "How's it going? How are you feeling?" He goes, "It's amazing. I'm not feeling this pain in my rib cage and my mid back. It seems to be gone." Somehow, the more I took my pulse, the more I started feeling this pain. It got worse and worse. I finally just fainted, got clammy. And when I woke up, as I moved around, I started saying, "Hey, that pain is not there." I asked him if I could call him a few days later, and he said, "Yes, sure." And I called him a few days later. I saw him a few months later, and the pain had completely resolved. It was a spontaneous healing for sure. Now, what's underneath that? Well, in Ayurveda, they say that when you take your pulse, you create a heightened state of awareness. You become more self-aware. And it does make sense if the body becomes more aware of the problem. As a problem, it'll actually solve the problem. That's what the body does. When you cut your finger, you don't think scab, 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 scab. The body naturally heals it without thinking about it. But it's aware of it because there was pain, and the pain is used to drive the awareness. So if you can enhance the body's self-awareness of itself, it makes sense that the body would then enhance a healing effect. And that's sort of what happened. But what does that tell us about the placebo effect? This is a powerful effect. I mean, in one study, 82% of the effectiveness of antidepressants was the placebo effect. In another study, in six of the leading antidepressants, the placebo effect outperformed the antidepressant. It's just incredible. Yet doctors poo-poo it. And those drugs are the leading drugs on the market today that were outperformed by the placebo effect. We're talking a 35 to 95% improvement just from the placebo itself, which is pretty amazing. They did one of the classic placebo studies. They took a group of medical students, 56 medical students. Half the group thought they were getting a sedative. The other group thought they were getting a stimulant, but they actually both got a sugar pill. And what was interesting was the group that got the sedative, 2/3 of them started feeling really tired and really sleepy and really tired. The ones that actually took 2 pills, I don't know why they did that, but they did, they got really sleepy and fell asleep and got really, really sleepy. The group that got the stimulant, they actually had a very, very similar effect. And what was amazing was that 1/3 of the group actually started having side effects. They had side effects that were so severe that they were having headaches, dizziness, they were having numbness in their legs and staggering in their gait as a result of this placebo effect. So, and maybe the most amazing study of all that's ever been done was when they took 3 groups of folks who had osteoarthritis, and they all had the same basic condition, which is osteoarthritis of their knee. And they each got a surgery. One group got a kind of lavage where they kind of fleshed out the knee. Another group got an actual scraping of the cartilage of the knee. And the other group, they actually made an incision and then they sewed them right back up and they never got the surgery. All 3 groups got significantly improved. I mean, they all had the same benefit. All 3 groups were the same in terms of their improvement from the surgery. 2 years later, they went up to the group and said, hey guys, this was a study and this group didn't get the surgery and they had no side effects. They're all feeling significantly better. They were playing basketball, doing wonderful things as if the surgery worked perfectly for their knee. Powerful, powerful effect that if the mind thinks that you can heal, if the mind thinks that you can live longer, if the mind thinks that you can get better, then that is a powerful, powerful effect. We know that the 90% of the cells in your body are microbial, and those microbes do the heavy lifting for every single function of your body. And we know those microbes are extremely affected by what you think, by what you see, and how you behave. We also know that what you think, what you see, and how you behave impacts you epigenetically, that it epigenetically changes your genetic material and how they're expressed. So when you were to say this man was taking his pulse, he became more aware of himself and more aware of himself in a way where the body became aware of itself on the level of a problem or not a problem. And when the body recognized this particular problem, it mustered up enough self-awareness to initiate a potential healing response. And in his case, it was a spontaneous healing. Something I've been teaching pulse for many, many years, for almost 30 years now. And I've seen this kind of effect in many cases. It's not something that happens all the time, but I think Ayurveda is one of the only systems of medicine that seems to understand and accept that the power of the mind is there. And we can use it as a tool to get better, to get well, to improve, to live longer, to be healthier. When Western medicine completely poo-poos the entire idea. When something's 95% accurate, you would think that they would want to know what's causing that and investigate that and understand it and hopefully, and that maybe employ it as a tool or a piece of the puzzle to help people get well. And that hopefully will be our future, that this mental or mind-body medicine will be something that will be employed. The placebo effect is here, it's real. And read this article where I cite all this incredible research about the placebo effect. It'll literally blow your mind. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Hi, did you like this video? Do you like our content here at LifeSpa? You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/John Douillard right here and get this valuable content every week in your inbox.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at lifespa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.